story. Dr. Nathan Cole's hands moved. He reconstructed the shattered jawline of the trauma patient before him. The operating room maintained its characteristic silence, broken only by the steady beep of monitors and occasional metallic clinks of instruments. "Forceps," he commanded, his voice carrying the quiet authority that had made him Seattle's most sought-after reconstructive surgeon. A nurse placed the instrument in his hand with practiced efficiency. "Dr. Cole, BP's holding steady at 110/70, the anesthesiologist reported. Nathan nodded, his focus unwavering as he completed the final sutures. This was his domain, where control meant everything, where precision determined outcomes, where his reputation for excellence had been built one patient at a time. "Close him up," Nathan instructed his resident. "I want post-op monitoring every 30 minutes for the first 6 hours. As he scrubbed out, his phone buzzed. A text from Isabella, the twins' art teacher, called. Olivia's painting was selected for the school exhibition. A rare smile crossed his face. After 8 years of fertility treatments, the twins were their miracle. He remembered the day Dr. Amanda Reeves at Pacific Fertility Institute had called with the news of Isabella's pregnancy. They'd beaten the odds, and now Olivia and Lucas were everything he dreamed of. The surgical wing's automatic doors parted as Nathan strode toward his office. Nurses and staff members instinctively stepped aside, their respectful nods acknowledging his presence. He'd earned that respect through thousands of successful surgeries and an unwavering dedication to perfection. "Dr. Cole," a voice called out behind him. He turned to see Jessica Martinez, one of the new lab technicians, hurrying to catch up. Her typical confidence seemed shaken, a detail that didn't escape his notice. "What is it, Martinez?" he asked, maintaining his stride while she fell into step beside him. "Sir, I've been processing the updated medical records for the new insurance requirements," she began, clutching a tablet to her chest. "There are some inconsistencies in your genetic screening results." Nathan stopped abruptly, fixing her with an intense stare that made her take a step back. "Inconsistencies?" "Yes, sir. The markers in your current blood work don't align with the historical data. I've run the analysis 3 times to be sure." Nathan's jaw tightened. "Send everything to my private email. I want the raw data, not just the analysis." "And Martinez?" His voice dropped to a quiet intensity that made her freeze. "This stays between us. Is that clear?" "Of course, Dr. Cole. I'll send it right away." He watched her retreat, his mind already calculating possibilities and implications. In surgery, unexpected findings meant adapting the surgical plan. This would require the same approach. The elevator ride to his office gave him time to compose a message to Isabella, working late. "Don't wait up." He didn't mention he'd be missing dinner with his father Howard and Daniel Wright, his supposed best friend. The three had been spending an unusual amount of time together lately, often with the twins. His father's recent behavior had been particularly grating. Howard Cole, the banking magnate who'd spent years criticizing Nathan's choice of medicine over finance, had suddenly become effusive in his praise, not of Nathan, but of Daniel's business acumen. "Nathan, my boy." Howard's voicemail played as Nathan entered his office. "Shame you'll miss dinner. Daniel's just closed a remarkable deal. The twins adore him, you know. Lucas shows real promise in finance. Perhaps he'll follow in Daniel's footsteps rather than yours." Nathan deleted the message without finishing it. He pulled up Martinez's email, the genetic data filling his screen. The inconsistencies were obvious even to his trained eye. These weren't simple testing variations. Someone had deliberately altered his historical records. His phone rang again. Dr. Amanda Reeves from the fertility clinic. He answered immediately. "Nathan, we need to talk." Her voice was tight with professional concern. "I've found some irregularities in our records. I'm dealing with something similar," he replied, his voice measured. "My office, 30 minutes. While waiting for Reeves, Nathan accessed the hospital's secure system, pulling up every record related to his fertility treatments. Years of tests, procedures, and results filled his screen. He'd worked with Christopher Morgan, the chief technician, throughout the process. Morgan's recent death had made headlines in medical circles. Dr. Amanda Reeves sat in her office at Pacific Fertility Institute, her usual composure slipping as she stared at her computer screen. The encryption on Christopher Morgan's files was sophisticated, far beyond what a lab technician should have been using. She'd been working late into the evening, following digital breadcrumbs that led to increasingly disturbing conclusions. A knock on her door made her jump. Gregory Winters stood in the doorway, his administrative badge gleaming under the office lights. "Working late, Dr. Reeves?" His smile didn't match his eyes. "Anything I should know about?" "Routine file maintenance," she replied smoothly, minimizing her screen. "The transition to the new system is creating some anomalies." Winters stepped into her office uninvited. "Interesting. I noticed you accessed Morgan's encrypted files earlier. Finding anything unusual?" "Nothing worth reporting," she kept her voice steady. "Just cleaning up old records." "Ah, yes." Christopher was rather disorganized toward the end. Winters moved closer to her desk. "Speaking of organization, I've been reviewing our equipment purchase history. Some interesting patterns emerged." Amanda's hand moved slowly toward her phone. "Oh, indeed. Large purchases, authorized by Morgan. All processed through Genesis Health Solutions." Winters picked up a framed photo from her desk, her daughter's graduation picture. "Beautiful family, Amanda. It would be a shame if anything happened to disrupt their lives." The threat hung in the air between them. Amanda straightened in her chair, meeting his gaze directly. "Are you threatening me, Mr. Winters?" "Threatening? No. He set the photo down with exaggerated care. "Just reminiscing about poor Christopher. Such a tragedy. Depression is a terrible thing, especially when it leads to unfortunate decisions." After Winters left, Amanda's hands shook as she dialed Nathan's number. The call connected immediately. "Nathan, we have a problem. Winters just threatened me. He knows we're looking into Morgan's files." "Don't move." Nathan's voice was steel. "I'm bringing someone in, a PI named Raventhorn. I reconstructed her face after a car accident. She owes me." "Nathan, there's more. Morgan's death. It matches 2 other fertility clinic technicians' deaths across the country. Each clinic had connections to Genesis Health Solutions. My father's company." Nathan's voice hardened further. "Stay where you are. Raven will be there in 20 minutes. Amanda began gathering essential files onto an encrypted drive. The data painted a disturbing picture: systematic tampering with records, unexplained payments, and a pattern of genetic material being processed through special channels. Her office door opened again. This time, Alexander Bishop stood there, impeccably dressed despite the late hour. "Dr. Reeves," he smiled warmly. "I believe we need to discuss some sensitive matters regarding certain clients' privacy." Before she could respond, Nathan appeared behind Bishop, his presence commanding immediate attention. "Bishop," Nathan's voice carried a warning. "This is a restricted area." "Ah, Dr. Cole. Mr. Winters was kind enough to escort me. We have some concerns about patient confidentiality." "Patient confidentiality?" Nathan stepped into the office. "Or are we discussing Genesis Health Solutions?" Bishop's smile faltered slightly. "That's a complex matter, Doctor. One that involves many interested parties, including my father's bank, or perhaps my wife's new patron." Amanda watched the exchange, her hand gripping the encrypted drive. Bishop's composure cracked further. "You're out of your depth, Cole." Bishop's voice lowered. "This goes beyond your little family drama. Get out." Nathan's command left no room for argument. "Before I have security remove you." After Bishop left, Nathan turned to Amanda. "What did you find?" She handed him the drive. Evidence of systematic tampering. Records altered, genetic materials processed through unusual channels. All connected to Genesis Health Solutions. Nathan's phone buzzed, a message from Isabella about the twins' upcoming birthday party. He ignored it, focusing on the data before him. "I've hired Raven to investigate everyone," he told Amanda. "My father, Daniel, Isabella, Bishop, everyone." "Nathan." Amanda hesitated. "There's something else. The genetic profiles. They don't match what we were told." His expression turned to granite. "Explain." "The twins' genetic markers. They're not what they should be. Someone manipulated more than just records." The Cole mansion hummed with activity as Seattle's artistic elite gathered for the twins' 5th birthday party. Isabella moved through the crowd in a designer dress, every inch the successful artist and perfect mother. Nathan watched from his study as she touched Alexander Bishop's arm, laughing at something he'd whispered. Quite a turnout. Daniel Wright appeared beside Nathan, holding 2 glasses of scotch. The twins are thrilled. Nathan accepted the drink, studying his supposed best friend's face. They deserve the best. Listen, Nathan. Daniel shifted uncomfortably. There's something we should discuss. A business opportunity, Howard thought. Later, Nathan cut him off, spotting Isabella leading Bishop toward the grand staircase. Excuse me. He followed them discreetly, years of experience lending stealth to his movements. Their whispered conversation drifted down the hallway. The arrangements are final, Bishop murmured. Everything's proceeding as planned. Alexander. Not here, Isabella hissed. Nathan's been asking questions about the fertility clinic. Let him ask. The records are secure, and Morgan's death closed any loose ends. Nathan stepped around the corner, making both of them jump. Discussing business or pleasure? Isabella's face paled. Nathan, we were just lying? Plotting? Choose carefully, Isabella. Tonight's revelations might determine the twins' future. Bishop stepped forward, smooth as ever. Dr. Cole, perhaps we should discuss this privately. Oh, we will. Nathan's voice carried lethal calm. Right after I speak with my wife. Isabella, bedroom. Now. She followed him, shooting a panicked glance at Bishop. In their bedroom, Nathan closed the door with deliberate softness. Nathan, whatever you think. I know about the fertility clinic, he cut her off. About Morgan. About Genesis Health Solutions. Isabella's artistic composure cracked. You don't understand. Want the truth? Her voice rose hysterically. Your best friend gave me 2 beautiful children while you couldn't. We've been meeting in your bed for 3 years, and your father helped us hide it. He says Daniel's the son he always wanted. Nathan's laugh shocked them both. Funny, the fertility clinic just called. Daniel's been sterile since birth. So who's really been lying? The color drained from both their faces. In the doorway, Howard Cole dropped his whiskey glass. The shattering sound drew Alexander Bishop from the guest room. This is a private conversation. Nathan's voice remained controlled. Though I'm not surprised to find you lurking, Bishop. Tell me, what's your real role in all this? Howard recovered first. Son, you don't understand the complexities. I understand perfectly. Nathan advanced on his father. You used my fertility struggles for your own agenda. Used Daniel as a front, Isabella as a distraction. Tell me, father, was it worth destroying your only son's family? The arrangements were necessary, Howard straightened. The genetic materials we provided were never what you claimed, Nathan finished. I have proof of everything. Isabella moved toward the door, but Nathan's voice froze her. Don't move. Nathan, please, she begged. The twins need their mother. The twins need truth, he corrected, which is exactly what they'll get. All of it. Bishop stepped forward. Consider carefully, Dr. Cole. Some truths are better left buried. Like Morgan's death? Nathan's smile was terrible to behold. Like the other technicians? Like the real source of the genetic materials used in your operation? Howard's face went ashen. You can't prove anything. I already have, Nathan replied. Every document copied. Every transaction traced. Every lie exposed. Surgery requires precision, father. So does revenge. The sound of breaking glass downstairs interrupted them. Raven Thorne appeared in the doorway, files in hand. It's all here, Dr. Cole. Everything you need. Isabella sank to the floor, her perfect world crumbling. Daniel appeared in the doorway, face shocked as he realized the depth of the deception. The twins? He asked weakly. Safe, Nathan assured him. Unlike everyone else in this room. As security began clearing the party guests, Nathan walked to his study. The twins' photo smiled up from his desk, their 5th birthday portrait, taken just hours ago. His phone buzzed with a message from Dr. Reeves. More evidence found. This goes deeper than we thought. Nathan Cole had built his life on precision and control. They'd stolen that from him, violated his family's future. Now, as his perfect life lay in ruins around him, He felt the surgeon's calm settle over him. Sometimes, healing required destruction. Sometimes, the only way forward was through the wreckage. He picked up the twins' photo, remembering Isabella's words about Daniel being their father. She'd been wrong about that, wrong about everything. Biology didn't make family, truth did. And after tonight, truth was all that would remain. In her dimly lit office, Raven Thorne manipulated database records with practiced efficiency, each keystroke revealing another layer of the Cole family's deception. She touched her reconstructed face, a reminder of why this case meant more than money. Dr. Cole, she spoke into her secured phone. I found something significant. Nathan arrived within 30 minutes, his presence commanding immediate attention. Show me. Raven pulled up a series of documents. These are sales records from 3 private collectors. She highlighted identical paintings with matching dates. Your wife has been selling the same works multiple times to different buyers. Nathan studied the transactions. The prices are inflated. Classic money laundering, Raven confirmed. Each sale facilitated by Alexander Bishop. He's not just an art patron. He's a black market dealer with syndicate connections across Asia and Europe. She opened Christopher Morgan's decrypted files. The fertility clinic technician was running a sophisticated operation. Designer genetic materials sold to wealthy clients worldwide through Genesis Health Solutions. My father's involvement? Howard Cole provided the financial framework. Art purchases and medical equipment sales laundered the proceeds. Raven played a surveillance recording of Howard speaking to Daniel. Those children are your legacy. Nathan may be my son by blood, but you understand the true value of family. Nathan's expression hardened. Show me the genetic profiles. The data revealed a carefully orchestrated deception. The fertility clinic had selected materials specifically matching Daniel's appearance, maintaining the illusion of his paternity while hiding the true nature of the operation. The clinic wasn't just helping infertile couples, Raven explained. They were marketing premium genetic materials to wealthy international clients. Your father's organization called it legacy preservation. Morgan's death? Raven projected a map. 3 other fertility clinic technicians died the same way. Each clinic processed materials through Genesis Health Solutions. Each death followed access to encrypted files. Professional executions, Nathan concluded. Yes. And Bishop's organization extends beyond art and genetics. They're connected to pharmaceutical companies, research firms, private hospitals, all focused on genetic optimization. Nathan absorbed the information. Isabella's involvement? She was an active participant. These documents show her authorizing specific genetic selections. She worked directly with Bishop's organization, using her art career as cover. His phone buzzed. Isabella asking about an upcoming gallery event. Bishop's organization uses art shows for client meetings, Raven explained. The paintings sometimes contain encoded information about genetic materials and banking data. And my father's bank created the entire infrastructure. The art fraud provides cover for international genetic material trafficking. Nathan's expression remained impassive. Daniel's role? A carefully constructed illusion. Your father orchestrated every detail to convince him about the twins while hiding the true operation. Raven pulled up recent surveillance. But he's starting to ask questions about the clinic and Morgan's death. Howard's getting nervous. Nathan stood, his demeanor carrying deadly certainty. Track everything. I want to know every player, every connection, every weakness. Dr. Cole, Raven called as he turned to leave. Bishop's organization is more extensive than we've uncovered. This will get dangerous. Nathan smiled. I cut people apart for a living, Miss Thorne. The only difference here is they won't be put back together. Dr. Amanda Reeves's office remained untouched since her death, her computers still running decryption programs. The official report called it suicide, matching the conclusion for Christopher Morgan and the other technicians. Nathan studied the scene with medical detachment. Nothing about the physical evidence suggested suicide to someone who understood human anatomy intimately. Gregory Winters had disappeared, leaving an obvious trail toward South America. His body turned up in a Buenos Aires hotel room. Another staged suicide that didn't fit the forensic evidence. Dr. Cole? A quiet voice interrupted his analysis. Sophia Chen, A senior nurse practitioner stood in the doorway clutching a thick envelope. Nathan recognized her from his fertility treatments. Ms. Chun. She glanced nervously before entering. I maintain separate records. Christopher, Mr. Morgan, insisted we keep duplicates of certain files. He said they might be needed if anything happened. Inside the office, Sophia spread documents across the desk. I saw your twins' photo from their birthday party. Christopher had special files about them, about the program they came from. The documents revealed an exclusive operation run through Bishop's organization. The premium collection, Sophia explained. Genetic materials sourced from selected donors, marketed globally through Genesis Health Solutions. Your role? Nathan asked. 5 years working with special orders, the ones coming through Mr. Bishop. These are the real records, not the sanitized versions. She indicated the genetic profiles. Your twins' materials came from the highest tier. The typical clients? Wealthy individuals worldwide, but your case was different. Mr. Bishop handled it personally with your father and Mr. Winters. Nathan studied her carefully. Why show me this? Because Christopher was murdered. Because Dr. Reeves was killed for asking questions. Because your twins deserve to know their true heritage. Sophia pulled out detailed analyses. The materials weren't just premium. They came from carefully preserved genetic lines. That's why Mr. Bishop took special interest. You understand the risk you're taking? They killed my colleagues, made it look like suicide. The truth needs to come out. Nathan nodded. Document everything. Every procedure, every transaction, every conversation. Can you do that? I already have. 5 years of hidden records. Good. You'll be contacted by Raven Thorne. Tell her everything you've told me. Show her these documents. He handed her a business card with a federal agent's contact. This person is also investigating Bishop's organization. They need to know about the genetic trafficking. After Sophia left, Nathan examined Reeves's office one final time. Her death had been staged to look like despair, but Amanda Reeves had died pursuing truth. The evidence she'd gathered, combined with Morgan's hidden files and Sophia's testimony, would ensure that truth emerged. His phone displayed a message from Howard. Son, we need to discuss this investigation. There are family matters to consider. Tomorrow morning, Nathan replied. Your office. Excellent, Howard responded. I have a business proposition to discuss. A new direction in fertility services. Nathan's mind calculated possibilities. Every confrontation required perfect timing. White-collar crime investigations demanded patience. FBI Special Agent Diana Warren had built her career understanding this, but the evidence Nathan Cole provided accelerated her case significantly. Art fraud, genetic trafficking, international money laundering. Bishop's organization had grown overconfident. Your situation presents an opportunity, she told Nathan in her office. They'll expect emotional reactions, rash decisions. I don't act rashly, Nathan stated. Exactly why this works. While they watch for breakdown, we gather evidence. Howard Cole's already reaching out. Nathan showed her his father's messages, offering partnership in a new venture. They're planning something significant. Multiple international clients arriving in Seattle. Diana studied surveillance photos. Executives from pharmaceutical companies, investment groups. Expanding the operation, Nathan concluded. Your father's new venture isn't just about fertility. It's about controlling the global market for genetic materials. Howard always thought beyond banking. This gives him power over human genetics itself. Diana met his gaze directly. You understand the risks? These people eliminate threats permanently. Like Dr. Reeves? Like Morgan? Nathan's expression remained clinical. In surgery, hesitation kills. Daniel writes asking dangerous questions, Diana reported. About the clinic, about Morgan's death. Howard's perfect son. Nathan's voice carried controlled anger. Used as cover while believing he fathered my children. We could protect him, use his testimony. Not yet. Howard's nervousness makes him vulnerable. Diana studied the surgeon's measured demeanor. Once we move, there's no returning. Your wife, your father, will face consequences, Nathan finished. Everyone involved will answer for their choices. Howard's message appeared on Nathan's phone. requesting another meeting. They're accelerating their plans, Diana noted. Then we match their pace, Nathan replied. Every meeting documented, every conversation recorded. Build the case systematically. Remember, let them think you're desperate. A man losing control appeals to their arrogance. Nathan's expression hardened. When this ends, it ends absolutely. No deals. No mercy. The twins will know everything. Their true heritage, their origins. But first, justice. Isabella's message appeared. We need to discuss the future. Please, Nathan. For the family. His reply was simple. Soon, Diana recognized the controlled fury in his posture. Like a surgeon preparing for a complex procedure, Nathan Cole would ensure precision in every cut, every incision into the web of lies surrounding his family. No one would escape the truth's razor edge. Isabella Montgomery Cole stood before her masterpiece in the pristine gallery space, adjusting its position with practiced precision. Blood ties dominated the wall, a massive portrait of the twins interwoven with abstract patterns that, to the right eyes, contained far more than artistic expression. Perfect placement, Alexander Bishop commented, his manicured hand resting on her shoulder. Our guests will be most interested in the details. Nathan knows something, Isabella whispered, glancing at the other pieces, each hiding encrypted account numbers and client data within their compositions. He's been too quiet since our confrontation. Let him know. Bishop dismissed. Everything's in place. By tonight, the transfers will be complete, and his little investigation becomes irrelevant. Across the gallery, Howard Cole engaged with early arrivals, wealthy collectors who understood the true value of tonight's exhibition. The new fertility venture launches next month, he assured a Chinese pharmaceutical executive. Tonight's proceeds ensure global distribution. Nathan Cole entered without fanfare, his surgical scrubs replaced by an impeccable suit. He moved through the crowd with measured steps, acknowledging greetings with professional detachment. Nathan, Isabella approached, champagne flute trembling slightly. I wasn't sure you'd come, and miss your triumph? His voice carried calculated pleasantness. The twins would have loved to attend. Where are they? Howard interrupted, joining them with forced joviality. Safe, Nathan replied simply. With someone I trust. In fact, Olivia and Lucas were settled in a secure location, protected by Sophia Chun and a team of federal marshals. Dr. Rebecca Torres, a child psychologist, had spent weeks preparing them, documenting the psychological manipulation they'd endured. They should be here, Isabella insisted. This exhibition celebrates family. Does it? Nathan studied the main portrait. Or does it celebrate fraud? Like the 3 copies of this piece you've already sold to private collectors? Isabella's composure cracked slightly. You don't understand art marketing. I understand genetic trafficking. He cut her off quietly. Premium collections. Designer materials. Royal lineages sold to the highest bidder. Howard stepped closer. Son, you're making accusations? No, father. I'm stating facts. Would you like me to detail them? The offshore accounts? The murdered technicians? The international syndicate using art sales to launder genetic material profits? Bishop materialized beside them, smooth as ever. Dr. Cole, this is hardly the venue. It's the perfect venue, Nathan corrected. Your clients are all here, after all. Shall I introduce them? The pharmaceutical executive by the window? The Saudi prince examining the abstracts? The Chinese officials pretending to discuss brush techniques? Think carefully, Bishop warned softly. Accidents happen, even to children. Nathan smiled. Like Dr. Reeves's accident? Or Christopher Morgan's? Amateur work, by the way. A surgeon spots the inconsistencies immediately. Nathan, please. Isabella grabbed his arm. We can explain everything. He removed her hand with clinical detachment. You already have. Every meeting recorded. Every transaction documented. Every lie exposed. Howard's face darkened. You're bluffing. Am I? Nathan turned to the main portrait. Shall we discuss what an X-ray of this painting would reveal? The client lists? Banking codes? Details of the premium collection's true sources? Bishop's hand moved toward his jacket, but Nathan's voice stopped him. I wouldn't. My death triggers automatic data releases to every major law enforcement agency worldwide. Imagine the headlines. International genetic trafficking ring exposed. Your clients would love the publicity. What do you want? Howard demanded. Justice, Nathan stated simply. For the families you've deceived, the lives you've destroyed, the laws you've broken. We gave people what they wanted, Bishop argued. Perfect genetics. Designed children. Power over human evolution itself. You played God, Nathan corrected. Used my children as cover. Used Daniel as a puppet. Used Isabella's art to hide your crimes. The twins are your legacy, Howard insisted. Superior genetics, carefully chosen. They're my children. Nathan's voice could have cut steel. Not your science experiment. Not Bishop's merchandise. Not Isabella's props for maintaining cover. Isabella backed away, reading the truth in his expression. What have you done? What a surgeon does, Nathan replied. Identified the disease. Planned the procedure. Prepared to cut it out. The gallery doors opened. FBI agent Diana Warren led her team inside, weapons drawn. Federal agents. Everyone stay where you are. Howard lunged for a side exit, but found it blocked. Bishop reached for his phone only to find the signal dead. Isabella stood frozen before her masterpiece as agents began securing the scene. The paintings are evidence, Nathan informed the stunned crowd. Every piece documented. Every forgery tracked. Every hidden code about to be exposed. He turned to his father. Your new fertility venture? Already under federal investigation. Those international clients you were courting? Interpol has their files. You've destroyed everything, Howard snarled. No, father. You did that when you decided your own son's family was an acceptable sacrifice for profit. Bishop attempted one last play. The twins' genetic profile alone is worth millions. Think of their future. Their future, Nathan cut him off, will be built on truth, not your lies. As agents led the gallery guests into custody, Nathan studied the portrait of his children. Behind the visible image, he knew, lay encoded data about their genetic heritage. Proof of Howard and Bishop's international trafficking operation. But he saw something else too. Despite the calculated genetic selection, despite the premium donor materials, despite all the manipulation, Olivia and Lucas had become uniquely themselves. The exhibition meant to cement Isabella's art world status and facilitate Bishop's operation had instead become its downfall. Each painting contained evidence, each brushstroke hid data, each sale provided proof of international fraud. Nathan had ensured every piece was documented, every transaction traced, every connection exposed. His children were safe. The truth would be revealed. And Nathan Cole, with a surgeon's precision and a father's determination, had cut out the cancer that threatened his family. The gallery's main space transformed into a processing center as federal agents documented evidence. Isabella's masterpiece, the portrait of the twins with Daniel, stood as silent witness while X-ray equipment revealed its hidden contents. Full client list, Agent Warren confirmed, studying the results. Banking codes, genetic profiles, international transfer records. All encoded in the abstract patterns. Nathan watched dispassionately as Howard Cole was led away in handcuffs, his attempt at escape thwarted by the undercover agent who'd been posing as his private helicopter pilot. You betrayed your own blood, Howard spat as he passed. No, father. I honored it. By choosing truth over profit. Justice over power. My children over your ambition. Alexander Bishop, usually smooth and controlled, had lost his composure entirely when the X-ray revealed the extent of evidence hidden in the paintings. This is impossible. The encoding method was unbreakable. Nothing's unbreakable, Nathan informed him. Especially when one of your own programmers decided to cooperate. Isabella's final desperate play unfolded exactly as Nathan had predicted. She turned to the lead agent, tears perfectly calculated. I was forced into this. Daniel and Nathan, they threatened me. Used my children as leverage. I had no choice. An interesting claim, Agent Warren interrupted, producing a file. Contradicted by years of recorded conversations. Would you like to hear them? Daniel Wright stepped forward, his wire still transmitting. Like our meeting last week, Isabella? When you bragged about how many copies of each painting you'd sold. Or perhaps the conversation about selecting genetic materials for the premium collection. Isabella's artistic poise shattered. Daniel? You were working with them? I learned from Howard. Daniel's voice carried bitter irony. About manipulation. About using people. About betrayal. Sophia Chun appeared with another set of files. Morgan's original records, meticulously preserved. The genetic profiles, transfer documents, client meetings. Everything Christopher documented before they killed him. Nathan watched his wife's composure crumble as each layer of deception was stripped away. The carefully constructed image of successful artist and devoted mother dissolved under the weight of evidence. The twins, Isabella tried one last time. They need their mother. They need truth. Nathan cut her off. Dr. Torres has documented years of psychological manipulation. How you and Howard used them as props for Bishop's operation. How you prioritized the syndicate over their welfare. We gave them everything. Howard shouted as agents prepared to transport him. Perfect genetics. Elite heritage. Power. You gave them lies, Nathan corrected. Used my fertility struggles to hide your trafficking operation. Used my best friend as cover. Used my children as merchandise in your premium collection. Bishop attempted to negotiate even in handcuffs. The genetic profiles are worth millions. We could make a deal. No deals. Nathan's voice carried surgical finality. No compromises. No mercy. Agent Warren supervised the evidence collection. The genetic testing results confirmed decades of illegal operations. International trafficking, money laundering, fraud, and murder. Morgan knew too much, Sophia added. Like Dr. Reeves. They died protecting the truth about what was happening to these families. Howard Cole's banking empire began crumbling in real time as news of his arrest spread. Trading suspended. Accounts frozen. International authorities moving on Genesis Health Solutions operations worldwide. Isabella's artistic reputation died with each revealed forgery. Multiple sales of the same works. Encoded data about genetic material transactions. Years of using art to facilitate international crimes. Daniel watched it all with mixed emotions. I believed him, he told Nathan. Every lie about being the twins' father. Every manipulation about family legacy. Every promise about the future. He groomed you for years, Nathan replied without rancor. Used your loyalty against you. Like he used my trust in Isabella. Like he used my children as cover for his operation. The evidence mounted. Each painting revealed new data under X-ray analysis. Each decoded message provided more proof. Each recorded conversation confirmed the scope of the conspiracy. Howard Cole's attempt to maintain control failed completely. His confidence shattered as agents revealed the extent of their investigation. The international clients he'd courted turned witness for leniency. The private hospitals participating in his scheme rushed to cooperate. Bishop's organization collapsed as authorities moved simultaneously across continents. Bank accounts frozen. Properties seized. Operations exposed. The premium genetic collection program revealed as an international trafficking operation. Isabella's final betrayal, attempting to blame Nathan and Daniel, backfired spectacularly. Years of recorded conversations proved her willing participation. Morgan's files documented her involvement in genetic material selection. Sophia's testimony confirmed her active role in maintaining the deception. Nathan watched it all with a surgeon's detachment. Like removing a tumor, the process required precision, patience, and absolute commitment to extracting every trace of disease. 1 year later, Nathan Cole's home had transformed. Gone were the pretenses, the hidden agendas, the elaborate deceptions. In their place, truth, transparency, and genuine connection. The twins thrived under his care, their sessions with Dr. Rebecca Torres helping them process the manipulation they'd endured. They understood now that family meant more than genetics or social status. Daddy, Olivia called from the study. Look what I found. She held an old family photo album, open to a picture of Nathan at her age. Lucas leaned over her shoulder, studying the image intently. We have your smile, Olivia declared proudly. See? Even if we don't have your blood. Nathan joined them, noticing how the same determined expression he'd worn in childhood now appeared in his children's faces. Family isn't about blood, he reminded them. It's about truth, loyalty, and love. Sophia Chin arrived for her regular after-school session with the twins. She'd become more than their caregiver. She represented the truth and integrity that had been missing from their early years. Dr. Cole, she greeted him professionally, though they both knew she'd become part of their reconstructed family. The twins have been excited about their science project. The irony didn't escape Nathan. His children, products of carefully selected premium genetic materials, now explored science with genuine curiosity rather than predetermined expectations. Howard Cole and Isabella faced federal charges, their trial revealing the full scope of international genetic trafficking. Bishop's organization crumbled as authorities seized assets worldwide. The art world's rejection of Isabella was absolute. Howard's banking empire dissolved under investigation. The fertility clinic scandal prompted nationwide reforms. Nathan established a foundation supporting families affected by genetic black market schemes, turning his personal tragedy into systemic change. His partnership with Agent Diana Warren evolved beyond professional collaboration. Their shared commitment to justice, their understanding of sacrifice, created an unexpected connection. The foundation received 3 new cases this week, Diana reported during dinner. Families discovering their fertility treatments involved trafficked genetic materials. Nathan nodded, understanding the impact. We'll help them find truth. Like we did with the twins. Daniel Wright had moved to Boston, rebuilding his life away from Seattle's painful memories. He sent regular updates about his healing process, his messages to the twins now honest about his role in their lives. Uncle Daniel's doing better, Lucas commented, reading his latest email. He's teaching at a business school now. Teaching ethics, Nathan noted with appreciation for life's symmetry. Helping others avoid manipulation. The twins' recovery amazed Dr. Torres. They're remarkably resilient, she observed during their monthly review. The transparency you've maintained, the support system you've built. It's exactly what they needed. Nathan had approached healing his family like a complex surgery. Identify the damage, remove the disease, reconstruct with healthy tissue. The process required precision, patience, and unwavering commitment to ultimate recovery. The foundation's work expanded, identifying similar genetic trafficking operations worldwide. Nathan's medical expertise, combined with Diana's investigative skills, exposed increasingly sophisticated schemes. You've turned pain into purpose, Sophia observed one evening as the twins completed their homework. These children understand integrity because they've seen its importance. Nathan watched his children, products of an illegal premium genetic collection, born of international trafficking and elaborate fraud, grow into themselves. Their true inheritance wasn't designer genetics or careful selection. It was the determination they'd learned from watching him fight for truth. The quiet moments meant most now. No hidden agendas. No elaborate deceptions. No pressure to maintain appearances. Just a father and his children, building genuine connections. Daddy? Lucas asked one night. Are you still angry at grandfather and mother? Nathan considered carefully. I'm angry at their choices, he explained. But that anger helped me fight for what matters. Truth, justice, and protecting you both. The twins absorbed this. Understanding their father's strength came not from fury but from unwavering principle. He hadn't sought revenge. He demanded justice. Haven't compromised with evil. He'd excised it completely. Their reconstructed life proved stronger than the elaborate facade it replaced. Nathan's had cut away the cancer of deception, allowing healthy tissue to regenerate. His ruthlessness served healing rather than hatred. The final proof came unexpectedly. Olivia, working on a family tree project, asked about their genetic heritage. We know about the premium collection, she said matter-of-factly, about grandfather's schemes and mother's lies. But that's not our real heritage, is it? No, Nathan confirmed. Your real heritage is the strength you've shown in facing truth, the integrity you've developed through understanding right from wrong, the love you've built with people who choose honesty over appearance. The twins shared a look of pure comprehension. Their father hadn't hidden painful truths or cushioned harsh realities. He'd shown them how to face darkness with determination, how to rebuild from betrayal with principle. how to transform tragedy into triumph. They were their father's children not through genetics but through choice. The choice to value truth over convenience, justice over profit, genuine connection over superficial perfection. The quiet determination that had guided Nathan through countless surgeries now shone in their eyes, a legacy more powerful than any designer genetics could provide. Epilogue. 10 years later, Isabella Montgomery sat alone in her prison cell, staring at a newspaper clipping announcing another successful exhibition at the Cole Foundation Gallery for Recovered Art. Her once elegant hands, now rough from prison labor, traced the image of her children standing beside their father at the opening ceremony. Olivia and Lucas Cole, now 15, had grown into poised young adults. Their genetic heritage, once Bishop's premium merchandise, had indeed produced exceptional results, though not in ways Howard Cole had envisioned. Olivia was following her father's path into medicine, her steady hands and precise mind already marked for early admission to prestigious medical programs. Lucas, ironically, excelled in international law and ethics, his understanding of complex moral issues shaped by his family's history. The article mentioned neither Isabella nor Howard Cole. Their names had become footnotes in a scandal that transformed genetic medicine. Isabella's 25-year sentence for fraud, money laundering, and conspiracy had stripped away everything: her artistic reputation, her social status, her freedom. The art world had systematically erased her, her genuine works destroyed or relabeled as fraud, her name becoming synonymous with deception. "Visitor for Montgomery," a guard announced. Daniel Wright stood in the visiting room, his Boston professor's attire a stark contrast to her prison uniform. He'd agreed to this meeting after years of refusing her requests. "You look well, Daniel." Isabella attempted her old charm. "Save it," he cut her off. "I'm here because Nathan thought you should know. Howard died last week in federal custody." Isabella's mask cracked slightly. Howard Cole, orchestrator of their elaborate deception, had succumbed to cancer in his maximum security cell. His multi-billion-dollar empire had crumbled years ago, its assets seized and redistributed to victims of his genetic trafficking operation. "The twins," she asked hesitantly, "are thriving." Daniel's voice carried no comfort. "No thanks to us. Olivia's already performing preliminary surgical procedures under Nathan's supervision. Lucas is interning at the International Court of Justice." "They never visit," Isabella whispered. "They never forget either," Daniel replied. "Every success they achieve reminds them of the fraud we perpetrated. Every medical breakthrough Olivia pursues aims to help families affected by genetic trafficking. Every case Lucas studies teaches him more about what we did wrong." In another part of the country, Alexander Bishop occupied a separate federal facility. His international organization had unraveled spectacularly, each corrupt connection exposed by Nathan's investigation. The Premium Collection genetic database now served medical research, helping identify and treat genetic disorders. Meanwhile, the Cole Foundation had become a global force in medical ethics and genetic rights. Nathan's partnership with Diana Warren had evolved into marriage, their combined medical and investigative expertise reshaping international genetic medicine protocols. Diana's FBI experience complemented Nathan as they systematically dismantled similar trafficking operations worldwide. Sophia Chun had advanced to head of genetic counseling at Seattle General, her testimony and ongoing work helping hundreds of families affected by trafficking schemes. She remained close to the twins, a living reminder that integrity ultimately triumphs over deception. The Cole Foundation Gallery showcased recovered artwork, each piece telling a story of fraud transformed into redemption. Paintings that once hid encrypted criminal data now funded genetic research and victim support programs. Isabella's masterpiece, Blood Ties, hung in a special exhibit about medical ethics, its hidden codes now fully revealed as evidence of international crimes. Dr. Rebecca Torres had published groundbreaking research on helping children process familial deception, her work with the twins forming the foundation for therapeutic protocols. The Cole children's resilience became a model for understanding how truth, even painful truth, nurtures stronger emotional health than comfortable lies. Back in the prison visiting room, Daniel delivered his final message. Nathan's foundation is establishing a genetic rights legal center. Lucas will help lead it after law school. They're naming it after Dr. Reeves and Christopher Morgan. Isabella flinched at the names of those whose deaths her deception had caused. I never meant. You meant everything you did. Daniel cut her off. Every lie, every betrayal, every death. That's why you're here, Isabella. Not because you got caught. Because you chose this path. He stood to leave. Howard died alone, his empire destroyed, his legacy exposed as fraud. Remember that in your remaining 15 years here. Every achievement your children reach, every breakthrough they help create, every bit of good they do, it all stems from Nathan's commitment to truth over appearance. Something we never understood. In Seattle, Nathan Cole performed another reconstructive surgery, his hands steady as ever. Photographs in his office showed his expanded family, Diana pregnant with their second child, the twins at academic competitions, Sophia and Dr. Torres at foundation events, Daniel lecturing at ethics conferences. Each image represented a life rebuilt from betrayal's ashes. The twins had surpassed every expectation programmed into their designer genetics, not through Bishop's premium collection, but through Nathan's unwavering example. They understood that true strength came from facing truth rather than hiding behind lies, from pursuing justice rather than profit, from choosing right over easy. Isabella's art career became a case study in international fraud. Howard's banking empire illustrated the cost of valuing profit over ethics. Bishop's genetic trafficking network demonstrated how evil could hide behind legitimate enterprises. But Nathan Cole's response to their betrayal showed how one man's commitment to truth could transform personal tragedy into global change. The Cole Foundation's annual report included updates on previously trafficked children, genetic research breakthroughs, and international legal reforms. Each success validated Nathan's surgical approach to excising deception, precise, thorough, and focused on ultimate healing rather than revenge. Professor Daniel Wright's ethics lectures at Boston University often reference the case, though he never mentioned his personal involvement. His students analyzed the complex moral failures that enabled genetic trafficking, not knowing their professor had lived those failures personally. Dr. Olivia Cole's steady hands guided delicate instruments through microscopic procedures, her determination matching her father's. In international courts, Lucas Cole's arguments helped strengthen genetic rights laws, his understanding of justice shaped by experiencing its absence. Diana Warren Cole led the Foundation's investigative division, her FBI experience now directed at preventing genetic trafficking globally. Her marriage to Nathan produced 2 more children, naturally conceived, their genetics unmarked by premium collections or designer selection. Sophia Chun counseled families discovering their fertility treatments involved trafficking, helping them process truth without losing hope. Dr. Torres trained other therapists in supporting children through similar revelations, building on her experience with the twins. Isabella's cell held one personal item, a photo of infant twins, taken before the lies consumed everything. She learned too late that genuine love requires truth, that real family thrives on honesty, that authentic legacy comes from integrity rather than appearance. Howard Cole's death made limited news, his once powerful name now connected only to scandal. The premium genetic collection he'd valued above his own son became a research database helping cure diseases. The international clients who'd bought his traffic materials faced their own legal consequences. Nathan Cole's surgical schedule remained full, his reconstructive skills rebuilding bodies while his foundation rebuilt lives. Each patient received the same precision, dedication, and commitment to truth that had exposed international corruption and protected his children. The twins' genetic heritage. Once Bishop's prized merchandise expressed itself in ways Howard never imagined. Olivia's gift for healing, Lucas's passion for justice, both children's unwavering commitment to truth. Their premium genetics proved less influential than Nathan's example of principled strength. Daniel's final prison visit to Isabella marked the end of an era. The conspirators who'd orchestrated international genetic trafficking through art fraud and banking schemes had faced justice. Those who chose truth, Daniel, Sophia, Dr. Torres, helped build something better from the wreckage. The Cole Foundation's work continued, transforming genetic medicine through ethical research and victim support. Nathan and Diana's younger children grew up understanding their older siblings' unique heritage, learning that family transcends genetics through love, truth, and unwavering principle. Isabella Montgomery would never again create art or influence her children's lives. Her remaining prison years stretched ahead, each day a reminder that betrayal's price compounds over time. The woman who chose appearance over authenticity, deception over truth, would watch her children thrive without her, their success built on exposing everything she'd helped hide. Howard Cole's death ended a dynasty built on corruption, while Nathan Cole's integrity established a legacy of genuine healing. The surgeon who'd cut out betrayal's cancer with precise, ruthless determination had reconstructed something far more valuable than the facade it replaced. The premium genetic collection, once sold to international elites, now helped ordinary families understand and treat inherited conditions. The art that hid criminal codes funded support for trafficking victims. The corrupt empire that valued profit over truth crumbled, replaced by institutions dedicated to justice and healing. Nathan Cole's reconstruction of his family became a blueprint for transforming tragedy into triumph. His ruthless excision of betrayal, his commitment to absolute truth, these qualities shaped not only his children's character but the future of genetic medicine itself. The price of betrayal proved absolute. Those who chose deception, Isabella, Howard, Bishop, lost everything. Those who chose truth helped build safeguards preventing similar crimes. And Nathan Cole's unwavering principle ensured that integrity, not designer genetics, would define his children's true inheritance. This is where our story comes to an end. Share your thoughts in the comments section. Thanks for your time. If you enjoy this story, please subscribe to this channel. Click on the video you see on the screen, and I will see you there.